How do you know who your audience is when you go live on social media? It doesn't really matter which channel that you are using, but how do you know who you're talking to? How do you determine who you're talking to and then knowing exactly how to talk to those people? Happy Monday, everyone. Today I am starting a training for my for video marketing. I'm going to be sharing all that I know in steps because there's a lot of information that I have learned over the years. So I am going to be sharing that. So please follow my page, follow my profile so you can be included in this training. And this is all free training. I am not this level of it is all free training. But I am preparing a course where it is all brought together. I mean, video marketing can be so huge. It can seem like it's, oh my gosh, how do I do this? This is so huge. But I have brought it all together. I've brought it all together and take you through step by step so that you know what is best to do with video. Short form video, going live, and recorded videos. I cover all of it. And we're going to do some challenges. We're going to do all kinds of fun things to grow your team. The ultimate goal is to use video to grow your team. So, for those of you that have not met me before, my name is Anna Olson. I am a coach and mentor teaching small business owners how to use video to market their business and grow their team. So today, what I wanted to talk about, again, like I said, what I wanted to talk about is how do you know who your audience is and how do you start specifically talking directly to your audience, okay? So I'm going to take you through a process where we can talk about or where I can show you how do you do that? How do you do that? And actually, I have a spreadsheet that shows how to do this. If you want the spreadsheet, just put spreadsheet in the comments and I will get it to you via Messenger. So if you're watching me live, please say hello, tell me where you're coming in from, and join me in this conversation as I talk about how to determine your audience. All right. Who are you talking to when you go live on social media? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know what that person needs? Do you know what they want? Do you know what their dreams are? Do you know where they hang out? Do you know what books they read? I ask these questions because they're going to come up in my training here later or in a bit later as I talk about how to do this. Those are all good questions to answer. And I have done this exercise. You know, I did it when I first got started in business because they told me that's a good thing to do. And I went ahead and I did that. But then I have done it over and over. Things have kind of changed. As I grew, so did my business and so did my audience. And so that is why it's a good thing to do it, but it's a good thing to go back and look at it. And well, hopefully you're going to be looking at it a whole lot because there's a point to that too. And I'll bring that out a little bit later. So basically, it's not that hard. It's basically you take a spreadsheet. And that's why I said I have a spreadsheet. Yeah, I have a spreadsheet that you can just put, if you want it, just put spreadsheets in the comments and I'll get it to you. But in the first column, so you're going to have a spreadsheet with some columns. And at the very top of the spreadsheet, I have, and I'm looking at mine, so I make sure I get it all connected or all shared with you. But I have target market in the first row, and next to it, I have who is my perfect prospect? Who are the people that I'm talking to? And I named them. And then underneath that first row, I have column headers. Okay. I have in the first line, I have who. So you might say a single mom in her 30s, a single mom in her 30s that has a job and wants to get out of her job and be with her kids. You might be as specific as you can with that. And then the next column, what do they do? What do these people do? And when you're going, let me just point this out. When you're going live on social media, you want to be talking to one person. You don't want to be talking to everybody and anybody, because what you have to offer is not for everybody or just anybody. It's for your prospect, your perfect prospect, your perfect match of the person that you want to work with. So that's why it's good to know these things, so you can speak their language. You can speak to them. Okay, so in the first column, I have who. In the second column, I have what do they do. And in the third column is what is their age. For me, my audience, for the most part, is 40 and over. I am that age. I'm over 40. And so I am speaking to people 40 and over. Do they have a job or not? What do they do in their spare time? What do they do? Where do they hang out? What vacations do they take? And I even like to go, what magazines or books do they read? What is it that they do in their spare time? Now, then 2 rows down, I have another column headings, because in the third row, I'm going to answer the questions of the column headings I just gave you. And if this is confusing, just put spreadsheet in the comments. I will get the spreadsheet to you and you can take a look at it and fill it in for yourself. But the main column headings that you're going to be filling in multiple rows, that's what I'm talking about now. All right. So first of all, your audience, what problems do they have? What are they searching for? What problems do they have in life? And what solutions do you have for that problem? You have to have a solution to their problem, or you're talking to the wrong audience. You're talking to the wrong people. You got to find your people. And a good way to find your people is to start teaching what you know, be very authentic, be very real, and be you. Mistakes and all, doesn't matter. We all have our quirks, and it's okay. Everybody has quirks. Everybody, even the most famous people that have had thousands and hundreds of thousands followers, they all have quirks, but they offer something to somebody that has a problem. So you got to figure out what those problems are. So you go through and you do all those problems, list them one after another, as many as you can. In the next column, you're going to put in fears. What are their fears? It used to be my fear that I wasn't going to be able to, years ago, I've had many fears over the years, but let's just go with the current one, or most recent one. And that was how to be successful online, how to run a business online. Well, now that I've conquered that, there's always fears in my life, but they're a little less these days than there used to be. And that's because I've done the work. And I went through and I figured out who my perfect prospect is. All of that matters. All of that matters. So anyway, list all the fears of your perfect prospects. And then in the third column, you want to put wants. Wants, what do they want? What do they want and what do you have? Maybe you will start actually adjusting what you offer once you realize what it is that they want. And then in the fourth column, I have dreams. What are their dreams? What is their ultimate goal? What do they dream about? And what do they, their wants and dreams? That's column 2, 3, and 4. Some of the things that you list may overlap into the other column. That's okay. That's okay. But you want to get down as many of those as you can. And then the fifth column is lingo. What language do you use? And I'll give you a very good example of this. So one of my hobbies is quilting. I love sewing and designing quilts. I don't do the quilting itself, but I design quilt tops. So I was talking to a mom that ordered a t-shirt quilt from me. And we were talking back and forth. I was asking her some questions of what she wanted, what she didn't want, that kind of thing. And I said, well, it'll all look different once the quilting is done. And she came back and said, I don't know what you mean by that. I know what that means, but I shouldn't assume that my clients know exactly what that means. They just know what the end result looks like, but they don't know the lingo that I was using. It was a very eye-opening for me. We know what our lingo stands for. We know what that is, and we know how to use it, but your prospect may not. So what is the lingo of your prospects? What is the language they use? I mean, in network marketing, we talk about my tribe, my team, my upline, my downline, my sideline, my peers. All of those words mean something in network marketing, but it doesn't necessarily mean the same for your prospects. So you want to start listing some of that lingo and what they use. Now, how do you start talking directly to your prospects? Take your spreadsheet, you've got it all filled in, and pick something from the problem side and pick something from the dream side and create yourself a post. How to do this without the pain. How to have the dream without the pain. You can do posts like that, or you can do your training like that. You can do your video, your headlines like that. It's amazing how that will draw curiosity to you. And you don't have to ever again have to chase anyone to join your business, because they're going to start coming to you once you have put this all together for yourself. That's how it works. That's how it works. And that's how you figure out your target market and how to start talking directly to your market. You're going to do curiosity posts about their fears. Figure out what their fears are and then do posts about that, curiosity posts. And that's how you don't start, you avoid talking about your company or its products, or you talk about the benefits of the products. You talk about the benefits of working with that company, but you don't talk about the company itself. People don't follow companies or products. They follow the benefits of the products, or they follow people like you. And that means for you to be very authentic, be very vulnerable. You make a mistake, be vulnerable. Who cares? Who cares? I know I don't care if you make a mistake. And I'm pretty sure you don't care if I make a mistake, because we all make them. So it's a matter of just being real and being vulnerable and sharing, because when you're vulnerable, when I say vulnerable, you're going to share how you struggled to get where you're at. That's where people can connect to you. That's how people can connect to you. I know. For me too, it was like, really? They want to know my mistakes? They want to know how much I struggled? Yes, they do, because that's how people connect to each other. We are not that much different. That means that they can understand because they've struggled themselves. And that's the connection. That's the connection you can have. So I hope this was helpful for you today. Again, like I said, if you want the spreadsheet to do the target market exercise, then please just put spreadsheet in the comments and I will get it to you via Messenger. All right. Have a great day. I'll be on tomorrow with another training. Bye for now.